the information superhighway, an online network called Internet.
It's not perfect, but it'll do. I also think I'm losing a bit of my hearing in my left ear.
That's not good. Maybe there's a lot of earwax in there.
No, I don't think that's it.
Could be. I wouldn't discount it.
I mean, I clean my ears fairly regularly.
How?
Just how?
Yeah, how? I'm curious about your process.
With Q-tips.
Well, that's bad.
Okay, but how else am I supposed to do it?
There's I got it when I had an ear infection.
Yeah.
There's a little thing. It's drops. Ear drops.
Okay.
You can put it in. It flushes it out. Q-tips, you can damage your ears, so that might be why you're losing your
right, but I don't. It's not like I'm jamming them inside of my head.
Well, you're just not supposed to at all.
Right.
You don't put anything in your ears ever.
Except for drops, apparently.
Well, that's fine because it's liquid. It dissolves.
Okay.
You're not puncturing anything.
Right. I'm not puncturing anything with Q-tips.
That's what
either.
you think. That's what you think.
Uh-huh.
But you are.
Okay.
I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Now that that's up.
Mm-hmm.
What? So I haven't put the Christmas lights back up yet.
Yes.
But there used to be a BioShock poster next to where that was.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there technically is still room for it there, but I don't know. What do you think should go there, if anything?
Where?
Next to the Star Wars, on the left.
I don't know. I think it's fine.
It's just a bit unbalanced now, you know?
I hear ya.
Like
I don't know.
If there was nothing on the right side, then I'd be fine with it. But the Winter Soldier poster's there, so.
Sure. I don't know, man. You're
those
talking to a guy who just recently furnished his home.
I forget that you live in a unfurnished apartment. I was
It's
gonna
mostly
make
furnished.
a joke, but
it's mostly furnished now.
anyway, I mean, you probably know that we're recording, but we are recording.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just kind of assume nowadays.
that's fair. For those confused as to what the hell I'm talking about, I just hung spectacularly and effortlessly a canvas.
Absolutely not.
It's a very large canvas print of the last shot of Empire Strikes Back.
It's great. It's a great canvas. You absolutely did not hang it effortlessly.
What are you talking about?
Or masterfully.
What are you talking about?
Anything at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got here like 40 minutes ago.
40 minutes ago?
To record
False.
a podcast.
False.
I've lost track of time, but it was a while.
Check.
I was here a while.
Also, how'd you get in the gate? I couldn't get to my phone fast enough to answer the gate.
That's weird. It just opened.
Okay.
Like there wasn't anyone ahead of us or anything. There might have been someone.
You got here 52 minutes ago.
Well, there you go. I was being generous.
I'm sorry.
I got here nearly an hour ago to record these podcasts.
Didn't think it would take that long.
And Dylan was like,
I wasn't expecting that shit to get here.
But like, so here's the thing. It's not like you were in the middle of doing it. You started doing. No.
I was in the middle of the task. I had started the task.
How much work did you get done before I got here? You unboxed it.
Yeah.
That's it. That is it.
I unboxed it and tried screwing the first thing in.
Uh-huh.
That was enough to me. Look, this is the type of person I can't not leave something unfinished. Not having the Christmas lights up is eating at me a little bit.
Okay.
But that's fine, because that's not going to take that long.
But
the
like,
screw's already up there.
If I can be brutally honest for a second.
Sure.
I want you to imagine just how a person might feel if they came over to do a thing and they had to wait an hour doing nothing while you fumbled around.
I told you could do stuff.
But I came here for a purpose.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry about that. That's a hazard that you'll have to accept of me as a human.
How could I possibly have known that you were in the middle of doing that?
Oh, you couldn't.
First of all, you weren't in the middle of doing it.
Yes, to me I was. To my standard of being in the middle was if I started it, it's gonna get finished.
Okay.
And it did. And here we are. No harm done.
But it also took way too long because you refused to like measure things or use a level of any kind.
Can I level with you for a second?
Please.
I don't normally hang things like that. So
yeah.
there was an amount the amount of times you told me to measure or do things, most of me was like, no, because I just want to fuck with Scott.
Yeah.
But there was also a part of me that was like, I genuinely don't know how I would go about doing that in this scenario. I am not trained for this situation. That's what I meant when I was not raised to do that.
Oh, I thought that was your way of just being like, screw you, Scott.
It was a half joke. That whole interaction was half me joking, half me being like, I'm in murky waters here. I don't know what I'm doing. But it got up there. So
it got up there eventually.
I hope it doesn't fall. I really hope it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
I don't think it will. It's pretty on there.
Sure. The thing that because they're nailed into the wall.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't know. It's not a concern, but like normally I would screw things into the wall, but this specifically called for it to be nailed in, and like the amount of the little amount of effort it took for like you to remove the nails and everything is worrisome to me. Well, because like you just pulled the canvas out and it took like the nail with it.
But I think I'm not super concerned by that matter just because it's not heavy. I could mount that easily with 2 command strips.
Yeah.
Like my Winter Soldier poster is heavier than the canvas.
That's true.
But and that's mounted with command strips. But the only reason I didn't want to do that was because I didn't want it to fall and have to try that again. Because if that Winter Soldier poster falls, worst thing happen is the frame breaks and maybe Ron loses a foot.
Yeah.
But
sorry, Ron.
But yeah, that's the worst case scenario. Like the Show With Issue sign falling, that did break something because there was stuff there.
Yeah.
That broke the Captain America chess piece that I had. But
yeah. I had I've only ever mounted it with like command strips, but I have my Captain America shield. And normally it just kind of leans against things because I've tried hanging it in the past and it's fallen every time I try to hang it.
Does it have a chain or anything?
I mean, it's got the hooks in the back.
Oh, okay.
And I've tried hanging it through those.
Right.
But yeah, because I was only using command strips, even the strongest ones I could find, multiple ones of the strongest things I could find, it always found some way to fail. So like just recently, I was hanging it like literally 2 inches above the ground with like a new one, and I was like, let's just see how long this lasts.
Let's just try this out.
And without fail, like a couple days later, it was on the ground when I came in the room.
Did you hang it in your office on blue wall?
Yeah, but I've never had a problem with that blue wall before.
I would say command strips are very finicky. I've had a lot of experience with them, and painted walls do have a tougher time.
I would as a bit of counter evidence, I would point you to a command strip that ripped off a piece of my wall because it would not let go of it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened on there. I'm just saying sometimes once they're on there, they're on there. That's just command strips in general. But I feel like that first time it takes some fiddling around to get it on there.
Sure, but I've hung up tons of stuff. I hung up my shelves in that room as well with command strips and everything. Because my whole thing was I didn't want to damage the walls, which is a really silly thought after I painted the walls blue.
Yeah. Well, holes are tougher because they paint over when they do it anyway. But holes they're gonna take your security deposit for.
I mean, I could just repair the holes.
That's true, but they'll probably still be like, hey, I can sniff a hole here.
That's fine. I don't even know how much my security.
You're talking to the guy. I have holes everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't give a shit.
I don't even know how much my security deposit was. I just imagined that I was
probably
going
200.
Yeah, I just imagined I was never gonna get it back anyway.
Yeah. Getting your security if you get your security deposit back, you basically won the lottery. That's not a
security
thing that
deposit. Basically, is like it's the apartment's security that they have your money now. Like it's basically it's a secure fund that they will get from you.
It's more of like it's less a security deposit and more of a reserving the apartment so no one else buys it.
Sure.
Deposit.
I was going to. They called me. My apartment complex called me the other day and was like, hey, we noticed that you're doing month to month. We were wondering if you wanted to do, sign a longer lease, be here for a couple more months or even like years or something like that. Mm-hmm. So like, I was like, you know what are the prices? And like I'm currently paying, because they keep raising my rent. When I first moved in, it was under $1,000. Now it's $1,300.
Jinkies.
Which is, for the place that I live, terrible.
Bad area.
Yes. And so I was like, yeah, okay, well, since the rent is getting really high, I might as well look at doing something longer, and they were like, the price is, if you want to do like a 6 months to a year, is like $12.50, and I'm like, I save $50 for signing with you for like 6 months to. That's not worth it. They kept listing longer and longer periods, and it was never under $1,200. So I was like, the most I could save was maybe $60-$70.
It's $50 for your freedom.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna. It's not worth it.
I'll pass.
It's just not worth it. I wish I could have just. I was like half asleep, but I wish I could have been like, oh, so it's just not worth it then, huh? And then just like, no, I'll keep doing month to month. But yeah, I gotta move, man.
You sure do. Drake's moving on Monday, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rad.
He isn't.
They're moving closer to me. I know that.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's good. Oh yeah, Nathan is a part of that as well.
Yes.
I forgot.
That's who they.
Nathan exists.
What? Nathan's great.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I like Nathan. He's cool.
He's awesome. We went to a restaurant one time when we first hung out, called Lazy Dog.
Oh yeah, I order from them all the time.
Yeah,
I got free DoorDash delivery.
Dude, nice. We went there not knowing what to expect, and it was really awesome. But I ate there again. I ordered from there yesterday, and
nice.
they have umami fries that are like my favorite thing.
They have literally everything.
They have all the things.
Yeah, they're one of those places that's like, you want Chinese food? You want American food? We got it all.
And it's all great. Like, it's all, I like any restaurant that like does kind of a classic, that does like a twist on a classic thing, you know? Like, any restaurant could do like a chicken sandwich, but if you give me a chicken sandwich with like carrot slaw and habanero aioli, then it's just like, hell yeah, you know?
I've had one of those chicken sandwiches with carrot slaw before.
Yeah?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they are good.
I enjoy them. Just completing a thought I had earlier, the heaviest thing that I have hung in this apartment is my Zelda shield. Kind of a similar shield situation. That thing's heavy.
Yeah.
But it has a chain on the back specifically for hanging, and I just have a nail or a screw in the wall that I have that hung on. But I did try and look for command strips forever, and the heaviest ones I could find were like 10 pounds. It would carry.
Yeah.
And I was too concerned because if that thing falls, it's probably gonna take not some of the wall with it, but it'll scrape the wall as it falls down.
Oh, sure.
And I just didn't want to deal with that.
Makes sense.
But before we get into Twitter stuff, do you want to talk about the elephant in the room? And I do not think you're gonna get this one. But if you do get this one, then it resolves the question that I would ask after you submit.
Well, before we even go into there, I'm Scott.
Oh yeah, I didn't do an intro. Hey everybody, welcome to the online podcast. It's the first and ever only, the only one. It's the first one ever
End of discussion.
Digital audio cast ever on the internet.
That's right.
Man, every single time I do that, it's either John C. Reilly or Brayflock's Beeble Bop. That's all that comes to my head.
Yeah?
So, you know what? I'm Dylan.
I'm Scott.
Honesty hurts.
There you go.
That was pretty good. That was a good one.
Thank you.
I like
Thank you
that
so
one.
much. We're going to start. Can someone create like a supercut montage of just any time I introduce myself as just my name?
I want 3 options.
Yeah.
For if anyone does that. I want one of them where it's just every single time you say I'm Scott played in unison. I want
all right.
a second one where it's I'm Scott, and then I want a third one where it's I'm Scott.
There you go.
I want all the variations.
And I feel like, on this podcast specifically, I feel like you've said it more than I've said it.
I feel like I've said say your catchphrase more.
I feel like
than anything.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. I've probably explained it to you before. I've explained your own catchphrase to you.
But in doing so, I feel like you've said it, and so therefore you've said it more than me. Well, I don't know what the elephant in the room is, other than there's too many chairs in here.
There are too many chairs. Okay, so what chairs in here do you deem unnecessary? Because I only deem one chair unnecessary in this specific room.
In this specific room?
Yeah.
Well, there's that chair.
Oh, well, not that one. Sorry,
Okay.
that one's temporary.
Yeah,
I forgot about that one.
So obviously this one's unnecessary.
Yeah, that's the one that I know doesn't.
Everyone,
need to be
look
here.
over here.
Everyone, look to your left.
I don't know. If it were me, those two, I would also deem. I know that you don't, but I would deem those two
Why?
unnecessary. Because you have a couch, and then you also have this chair back here.
Right, but You've sat in those before.
Right.
They get their use.
Okay.
They're tiered seating.
Yeah,
They're
I
the
mean,
nosebleeds.
I guess what I would do is I would replace it with just like bar seating and have more seating at the actual bar.
That bar is way too high, dude.
You get high chairs.
These go that high, and
Yeah.
it's fucking horrifying to sit
Yeah.
at. It's not okay. I don't think
know.
this is supposed to be a bar.
Is it not?
No. I think it's just like an extra mantle because it's too high to be a bar. Like I've never had the want or need to sit there.
Yeah.
For those a little bit confused.
It's you're setting the bar high.
Nice. My couch is not pushed up against a wall. If you've seen some live stream, you've probably seen it or not. It's just kind of in the middle of my living room because my living room is very wide. There's not a lot of walls in here. So to make it look less weird and just have additional seating, I have 2 bar stools.
That's weird that
behind
you
me.
say to make it look less weird.
I don't like the immediacy of the couch ending.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Do you not like how it is in my apartment currently?
No, yours is nice because that's kind of finished. There's something back there to look at.
Yeah.
And it divides the room.
Yeah.
But it would divide the room if this area wasn't here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's and that's like there's not a lot to look at with this couch. I like this couch, but it's kind of boring.
I guess.
Just a gray ass couch. It's not even really a couch. It's a love seat, but
Yeah.
it's whatever. It's fine. I'm not. I like your couch. You have a nice couch.
It's like the same thing as yours, but just blue.
Well, yours is a lot longer, and it's blue,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it's got a nice. The legs are really nice.
Yeah.
And the cushion is like one big long cushion.
That's true.
It's not the same thing. It came from the same
It
place.
came from the same
but
place,
it's not
so
the
it must
same
be the
thing.
same thing.
No.
All children are the same.
Rooms to Go makes a variety of couches, Scott.
This podcast sponsored by Rubes to Go.
Don't pigeonhole them. So you don't know what the elephant in the room is?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with Blue Wall.
It has to do with Blue Wall.
Specifically Blue Wall, not things on Blue Wall. Do you notice anything strange about it?
I mean, I know that the sign's down, but you
not
said it's
that.
nothing on it. No.
Good. Okay, cool. That's
Why?
what I wanted to get out of you. I bought the wrong paint for
Oh,
retouch.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
No, I definitely see that.
So the swatch that I have, you can see it by the Avengers. Everybody look to your left. The way that it's 4 swatches, and I folded it up so that I could see back when I bought the original paint, so that I could see the one swatch that I want, and I remember the name of it.
Yes.
But I pulled that swatch out recently because I needed to do some touch up, and because I couldn't remember what the original name was, I did a 50-50 chance. I was like, yeah, this is probably it. It looks about right.
Yeah.
And I got it wrong.
You got it wrong. No, yeah, I definitely see that. I just thought it was from this angle. I guess I just
Like light or something?
No, I knew that the sign was there, so I thought it was just whatever you were hanging it with left a mark there.
That's why I bought it. It was that in combination with you see how Scarlet Witch and Miles are just like floating there?
Yeah.
There's push pins.
Oh,
Quick
okay.
tip. If you have like Marvel Legends figures or any like light action figures and you want to hang them on walls or on the ceiling or something, action poses, just get some push
Hot
pins.
glue. Oh yeah.
No, not hot. Jesus.
Get some
Ruin the
crazy-
figure.
Get some crazy glue.
Just get some push pins and put them on there. They work perfectly. But yeah, I bought Azores Blue when I needed something borrowed. So, but I have enough because the matte finish, so it's not glossy or anything.
Right.
It only came in a quart, so I have a quart. I could paint the whole wall.
Well, there you go.
I'm just too lazy.
That'll do
But
it.
the most obvious parts where the sign is, that's going to be covered up by the new sign, so I'm not too worried about that. Miles has 2 patches near him
Yeah.
that.
I'm not seeing a Miles.
Oh,
Is it
he's
just-
behind Ron.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, you can't see him from this angle. He's behind Ron,
Okay.
but he's hanging on like this.
I got you.
But the ones by Miles are less noticeable. So I'm gonna, once I get the new sign in a couple weeks, I'm gonna hang that, see if it bothers me. If it does, see what it looks like on camera as well. The blur, the depth of field you might not even be able to tell.
Sure.
Talking about the issues set, by the way, that's what the blue wall is. But yeah, so I have a whole quart of Azores Blue instead of something borrowed.
Ugh. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
When that specific thing happens?
That one instance.
Oh,
I got home and I put it on there and I was like, this is the wrong paint. And then for a second, I gave myself hope. I was like, oh no, it just needs to dry. Didn't dry.
I gotta paint my one wall in my whole living space where my computer is now. I really want to do that soon. Not this month. I'm spending too much money traveling this month.
It's like $10.
Right. I'm not a rich man.
Just don't eat lunch.
Just don't eat. I have to traveling back to South Carolina. Well, I'm going back to South Carolina and then maybe LA this month. But if not this month, I'm going twice next month.
For what reasons?
So I'm going back home because my family has multiple March birthdays and we all to celebrate them all at once. March and August are basically when most of my family has birthdays.
It's your birthday.
August.
Oh, that's right. It's a week apart. I was afraid about that.
Yeah.
Right, cool. I was afraid I missed it.
No. So I'm traveling back home for that, and the Charleston airport is my least favorite because it's always so expensive to fly there. For no reason. It's so small. It should be really cheap.
Well, it's small. That's why.
Well, I mean, I guess, but like. I don't know. I
flew into an airport with 2 gates, and it was $1,200 a ticket.
That's ridiculous.
So, yeah. Small airports are expensive.
Yeah. I do like them, though. But, I don't know. I just hate it because every day I waited to get paid so that I could buy a ticket, the price increased by $100, which was not great. So that's going to be really expensive, or it already was. Bought the ticket. And then for LA, I'm going once to interview Ron Wasserman. I'll figure out how to say that. He's the guy who composed the X-Men the Animated Series theme song.
Oh, cool.
And the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to do videos about those two things. At least the X-Men one. Possibly the Power Rangers one. He seems really on board with it. So we're flying out there to interview him.
It's cool
no
you're
idea.
Doing that in person.
Yeah, no idea how that's going to go, especially because I obviously don't have a recording space out there, so we have to kind of make something up.
Right.
I think Studio 71 is going to hook us up in some capacity, which would be really awesome. And then the second time I'm going out, it's to just go see Infinity War with my buds, because I know that you like to watch movies alone. I wanted to watch it with a group of friends, and I figured let's go fly out to LA.
Have you ever talked about that on the podcast? My want to watch movies alone?
Maybe, but
I'll just explain quickly.
Go for it.
I'm not like an antisocial downer. Well, I am, but that's not the reason for this specific thing.
Unrelated.
Yeah. I don't like watching movies that I want to have an established opinion of my own with someone else for the first time anyway. So, for example, when I go see Infinity War for the first time, I'm going to go by myself. Obviously, there will be other people in the movie, but I just don't want to be... I want to minimize the influences on my opinion. And this has been backed up in the past by experiences that I've had where my opinion has changed after time or immediately influenced by someone that I saw the movie with. So yeah.
But my question then with that is, doesn't your opinion, like you said, over time change into like, oh, actually I did like this, or oh, actually I didn't like this?
Yes, but the main reason is, and this is honestly slightly less so now, but nobody talks about a Marvel movie 2 weeks after it's out.
Yeah.
Like in a serious discussion manner. Everyone talks about it the day after.
Sure.
Or the weekend after. So I want my very valid, fresh opinion to be my own. So that if I do a show with reviews on it, if I go on a podcast and talk about it, if I talk with my friends about it, I'm giving my own opinion, no one else's. So, and it lets me formulate my own stuff, because I don't want to be like, especially if the guy next to me, like if I went to the movie with you and you were enjoying it and I was hating it, I don't want to be the guy that's like, that sucked. I don't want to bring your mood down. So I would probably subconsciously be like, yeah, it was good, but then later realize that I hated it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know. I feel like we've disagreed on movies that we've only seen a few movies together.
You're better about it because you're very hush hush and you're very open to other people's opinions. But like I said, I have had experiences in the past where people have influenced my opinion on a movie
That's fair.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen.
But yeah, so I'm spending hundreds of dollars to go see it with friends because my friends here hate me. It's basically the
Correct.
gist of what you want to
That's why I do a
get
podcast
across.
with you.
That's right.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Oh no.
Invite you into my home, and then me hanging that canvas.
Was all a ploy.
That was just an alpha move.
Oh,
I made you sit here.
No.
Just fucking cucked your ass.
I am a beta.
Gotcha. You want to do some Twitter?
Yeah, let's do some Twitter.
All right. Let's see if it'll... Oh, it did work. Cool.
So
Scott's phone is charging today.
So Dylan's doing the Twitter things.
Yeah.
Our Twitter handle is @theonpod.
Yeah.
Go send us questions or things you want advice on or whatever, man. Or lady. It's as we're recording, it is National Women's Day or something like that.
Is it? Oh yeah. I think it is.
Let's get some comments from the ladies.
Let's get some comments from Hitler. Oh, I did want to do a...
There was a question about Hitler.
Yeah, that's why I said that, because I read it. I want to give a shout out to someone real quick. Hey, you tweeted about my perfection.
Oh, sure thing. 3 times.
3 times.
It was a thread. I
don't
tweeted
see
about
it.
the canvas hanging.
At Orem Alexander is trying to hang a canvas print right now, and literally everything is going wrong. I want to not be here. Where's the thread? It won't load the thread.
Oh,
there it is.
I just did a quick back and forth that
Dylan,
we kind of had.
Hanging things is trial and error. It's a work of art. It is absolutely is not. It is a single measurement you could have taken instead of making a dozen holes in your wall. Dylan, it builds character. I stand by that.
No.
I like this blurry shot of my ass in the level picture.
I've found that's the best way to experience you, is blurred out.
Yeah. I'm quite proud of my butt.
Yeah?
I like it.
I don't have one, so...
What? Where do you poop from?
I rarely.
Man, pooping's great.
Yeah?
Anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to someone.
Yeah, who?
Trying to find him. Yeah, I thought I got their name right. At Tedious Penguin. Teep. That's his name. I don't know. With a little emoticon. He did fan art of me.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
It's great. And he's going to do some of you. He probably has already done it by the time this comes out.
Yeah, probably.
How many are we recording, by the way, today?
I would like to do at least 3.
Okay.
We don't have to do 4, but like having that extra one.
We still have one that's unrelleased.
Okay.
So we could do 3. 2, I was gonna go for 2, but then you said you have to leave. So
right. Okay.
We could do 3.
3 would be great.
Cool. All right. Let me switch back over to the podcast Twitter. And so yeah, thanks for the fan art.
Thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing that.
I like
gang.
fan art. It's fun.
Let's do some fan art. We'll set up that Instagram we talked about.
That's not gonna happen. All right. Let's just. I don't think women don't watch this show except our number 1 fan, Catherine Pena.
That's right.
Okay. Let's just kick it off with one from @Oron.
Oh, see, I read that as Orun.
It's a lot of O's. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Lord Orion. @TheOnPod. @Scott Nicewater. And what are your opinions on sparkling water?
I mean, are we talking LaCroix? Because I dig it.
Is that considered sparkling?
Yes.
Yeah, well then, yeah, sure. I've never had LaCroix.
Oh, really?
Or LaCroix.
I dig it.
LaCroix.
It's not LaCroix.
I know. But it should be, technically.
I know. But like to anyone who's throwing a fit, it's on their website. It is on their website that it is pronounced LaCroix, like enjoy, is I believe the exact phrase they use.
Good marketing.
Enjoy a LaCroix.
Man, I really wish it had super curved and gone into the box.
Going through his water bottle. I don't know if you could hear
That
it.
would have been cool.
Yeah.
Not a fan, personally. I've
Yeah.
never had LaCroix, but I don't really like sparkling water.
Okay.
Because it's fizz where fizz don't belong.
That's what I like about it, though. It's like it's basically
I feel like you're doing something bad.
no. It feels like soda that's not very sugary, which is great because the sugary part's my least favorite part of the soda.
That's fair.
I like the fizzy and the flavor.
I currently have no opinion on soda.
Yeah,
because I haven't had it in so long.
There you go.
But
like I mean, I don't drink soda that often, but when I do, it's just there's so much sugar and sweetness. It hits my mouth, and I hate it. But I do like the LaCroix.
I will say I prefer over sparkling stuff. I prefer like lemon and lime water.
Yeah.
But not lemon and lime water, but
never together.
Separate. Yeah.
Okay.
Not Sprite.
Yeah,
I don't
keep
want
them
Sprite.
segregated. I got you.
Exactly. Lemonade and limeade specific, but not like not with sugar, you know?
Right.
It's a hop and a skip away from lemonade.
It's just lemon and lime water.
It's dangerously close.
When I go out to eat with Nathan's allergic to lemons, so he always has to say, "Can I get water with?" and then a big violent head shake with no lemons.
Yep. I have experienced that as well. It's quite fun.
He says that he has to do that so they remember to not do a lemon in it.
That's fair.
And they still usually forget.
I will say,
yeah.
I think I've said that twice now. It doesn't miss speaking patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do. Never. Let me start that sentence.
Yeah, please.
I prefer the lemon water or the lime water that's in hotel lobbies over anything else.
Really? Okay.
Specifically, every time I've had lemon water or lime water, and the specific one that always comes to mind is the one. Remember when we went to the Civil War premiere?
Yes.
We went to that, and I got shafted and didn't get to see the movie.
Sure.
In the hotel lobby there.
Yeah.
They had some quality lemon water.
I thought they had cucumber water.
They had lemon water as well.
Okay.
They had both. That's also good though. You cannot have that.
I know, but I've had it in the past and I love it, but I can't I can't have it.
It's the devil's fruit. But yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just when it's watered down, it's good for some reason because it really gets in there.
Sure.
It's like if you make a hamburger helper, and you stick it in the fridge and all the juices get in the
Sure,
noodle.
they kind of soak in. There is a limit, I feel, especially if you're doing with like citrusy things, because sometimes if a lemon is soaking in water for too long, then the bitterness comes out from the peel.
Yeah.
And then that can kind of make the water taste all gross.
Bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I've experienced a lot lately when I order food? And I ask, I'm like, hey, throw me a nice ice water to drink. I don't want to waste a water bottle. And then they bring it, and I drink it. And I'm like, good water.
Okay.
Tasty water.
Uh-huh.
And then I finish my meal.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
Okay.
And I recreationally sip the rest of the water. And then it starts to taste like dishwater.
Okay.
What's going on there?
I don't know, because I don't understand what you're saying.
What do you mean?
I don't understand.
Where'd I lose you?
The whole bit.
What do you mean? This is not a bit, first of all.
All right.
This is real life, Scott.
All right, let me break this down. Let me see if I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So you order water and you drink it and it's fine.
I drink it with my meal.
With your meal and it's fine.
Yep.
But then afterwards it's not fine?
Yeah, for some reason, whenever I'm done eating and I sip it to try and finish it, I'm like,
is it the ice that's melted in it? Is the ice made from a different water source?
no, it doesn't melt. I don't take fucking 30 minutes to eat. I scarf that shit down. There's no ice melting.
Okay.
Ice don't melt in my parade.
Then I have honestly no idea. That sounds like a personal problem.
Alternatively,
Yeah.
one time my mother made me a sub sandwich.
Go on.
Repeated offense, actually. It wasn't one time.
Oh.
But the first time was one time.
Sure was.
It tasted like dish soap. What's the deal with that?
I don't know.
And I told her this, and she was confused and aggravated, rightfully so, because I told her that the sandwich she made me tasted like dishwater.
Yeah, not a great move.
But it did.
Uh-huh.
I ate it, and it was a very distinct soapy water taste.
Okay.
What's going on there?
I don't know.
This is an advice show. I need advice.
I can't help you with
Why
that
does everything I eat taste like dish soap?
I don't know.
Could it at all be related to the fact that before bed I chug an ounce of dish soap?
You know what? That could do it. That could actually do it.
I don't think there's
You
any
don't think so?
relation.
There's no connection there?
Absolutely not.
All right.
It devours. I mean, shit. Why do I pee every 2 hours when I sleep?
Did you clock that?
Over time I have realized I wake up every 2 hours when I sleep from a horrid nightmare.
Oh, you wake
and
up
pee.
and pee. I just thought you meant you pee.
No, I don't piss the bed, Scott.
Every 2 hours.
I stopped that when I was 10.
Uh-huh. As we all did. As we all did.
I don't even know if it was 10. It might have been older.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You know what? Who can say?
I think, who knows? I can't remember. I peed the bed way too long. That's all I remember.
I was in the same boat, dude.
It was considerably longer than it should have lasted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really concerned, though. Do you have any tips?
For the dish soap mouth?
No, that's fine. That was a
Okay.
bit. I will reveal to you now that it was a bit.
Okay.
It happened, but I don't actually care.
Okay.
The bladder issue I do care about.
Oh, about waking up every...
I wake up so much to pee, and I hate it. Because sometimes I'll wake up also with a stomach ache. And if I wake up with a stomach ache, I'm up. I'm done. 2 hours of sleep, 30 minutes of sleep, 4 hours, doesn't fucking matter. I'm up.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I could give you the one piece of advice that I was given when I was a kid, and I had a very similar problem.
If you say pee before bed, I'm going to slap you.
It's not that.
I'm going to take my headphones off.
It's not
walk
that.
across the
I've
table
already
and
established
punch you
it's
in the
not
face.
that. This is gonna sound so silly and stupid, but I promise it actually works with me.
Okay.
It was you just say before bed as a mantra several times, many times, that you will sleep through the whole night. You won't get up to go to the bathroom. That was the thing that actually worked for me.
Alternate question.
Yeah.
A follow-up question. Does your family, anyone in your family, have a history of doing the same thing? Of having to get up a lot to pee?
Think so.
See.
It's never come up, so I can't say for sure yes or no.
That's my issue, because my father has a very weak bladder.
Uh-huh.
And he pees way more than I do.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older,
Yeah.
I've, especially like in the last 2 years, I have been peeing more and more.
I pee a lot too, but that's really just because I got used to just living by myself. So it's
Yeah.
like there's no and
No
like
reason not to.
there's no reason for me to hold it in. Like as soon as I have to go pee, I'm just gonna go pee. But
I mean, hold on.
yeah.
You should never hold it in regardless.
Well, I mean, like so. Not like hold it in so much that it's bothersome, but like I'm talking about any time I have any sort of inkling that I need to pee, I'm just like, yeah, let's just why not? And it usually comes out. I'll usually notice it when I'm visiting someone else's house, or like when I'm here. Sometimes I'll pee like 2 or 3 times, and I'm just like, boy, I really got to learn to just not do that. Like I can wait, right? But it's just I don't know.
If you pee, what? No. You and your courtesy shit.
I'm just
This man. He just stands while I was standing, and then I sit down when I'm working on the canvas.
That
and
is
then
called
he sits
courtesy.
down as well. How long have we known each other? I don't give a shit about courtesy.
But I do.
You can sit down wherever you want.
That's fine. I'm still
Whenever
gonna
you
stand though.
Do you wait for other people's food to get there before you eat
Usually, yeah.
at a restaurant?
Yeah.
Even if your food gets there way earlier? What if you get an appetizer and they don't?
Why would I get an appetizer and they don't? I would
You
offer
get, like,
to
a
share.
salad.
I would offer to. If it's just a salad, that's never happened.
Nathan's gotten an
So I
appetizer
don't know.
before. Just
He sure
eating it
has.
himself.
He sure has.
And I'm sitting here like,
Normally, I will wait until someone explicitly says you can go ahead and eat. Then I'll be like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna. It just feels wrong to me to just immediately dive in as soon as my food gets there. Without
I do say the thing because I know like I
Yeah.
would appreciate the same thing where I'm like, feel free to
Yeah.
eat whatever. But there's always a part of me that's like, I want this to myself.
Yeah.
Fuck off. But I normally don't order appetizers anyway. It's normally
Yeah.
just at Chili's where I'll get the skillet queso, but I don't
Sure.
I don't want that to be my meal.
right.
So I'll get it, but then there are other people I'm like, oh, fine, I guess.
Is that really how you feel? Should I not eat the
Sort
skillet
of.
queso?
No, because like it's there and I don't want to be a dick about it, but also part of me is like, I just want me, myself, and Chili's to have a party. And that's it.
Okay. I will keep that in mind
And
for
here
next
comes
time.
Scott and Ricky. You don't even eat the skillet queso.
I
You use
usually
the
do
salsa.
the salsa.
Yeah.
I do like the salsa more.
It's Ricky. It's mostly I eat it so fast that nobody really gets much of
Yeah.
it anyway. It's fine. I don't really care. My main problem is I pay for the whole thing, which I'm
Right.
fine with. But there's no way to split it up,
Yeah.
which is an issue in Chili's system. I could ask the waiter. I'd be like, "Hey, could you split this for us?" But I don't want to trouble him
I mean,
or her.
sure. I don't know.
Herm.
I guess from my perspective, if I order something and I offer to let people have it, then like I don't feel like it's my responsibility to ask other people to pay for it. Like I ordered it, now I'm gonna give it out.
That's
so,
the,
like,
yeah. I'm never bothered by paying for the full thing, but there's always a part of me that's like, hey, you ate this too, and I'm not made of money.
Yeah.
Pay for a little bit. But I get it.
Mhm.
It's nobody's wrong in that scenario.
Mhm.
You're ordering an appetizer. It's meant to be
Nobody's
shared.
wrong. I'm the most right, but nobody's wrong.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything.
Mm-hmm. Do we have another Twitter thing? What was the even? I can't even remember what that question was.
Sparkling water.
Oh,
What's our
yeah.
opinion?
I dig it. I'm a fan.
I don't like. Fizz doesn't belong in water. We can do another.
Yeah, please. I don't want to just do the one.
This one comes from another recurring fan. I'm just kind of going down the list here.
Sure.
We don't have as many as last time. So, from Adrian Castro at Mogwai Classic Boy. Hashtag Ask Theo. Best X-Men member that's not used enough. For me, it's Pixie and Armor. Those are some deep cuts. Armor specifically.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know much about X-Men, but
Yeah. Are you talking used enough in the comics or in the movies?
I would assume in the comics,
Oh,
because
in
he
the
said
comics.
Pixie and Armor, which are nowhere to be found anywhere other than the comics.
Sure.
Pixie may have made like a small appearance somewhere, but Armor for sure is
I
not.
don't know. It's tough because I have my favorites who I will always say aren't used enough, even though they're used way
sure.
more than Pixie and Armor are.
Yeah,
You know?
or like I Boy or
Yeah.
the Blob. Those
That's
classic
true.
X-Men.
Classic.
You know what?
Who's the guy that has three faces? Is his name just like Three Face Fred or something like that? I can't remember.
Fred. How about Doorman? Is he an X-Man?
Doorman? I can't remember.
I don't know if he was ever an X-Man, but he's a mutant.
There you go.
See, this is the problem.
Yeah. It's too many mutants. We got to eradicate them.
No.
Oh,
When we refer to X-Men, most of the time people would just say mutants.
yeah.
It's like they're
It's
synonymous.
not. Yeah, because you're not.
But it's not.
But it's like a team affiliation sort of a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're not. They're not.
Get a little Doppler effect going on there.
If you're a mutant,
Okay.
you're not exactly an X-Man.
Not necessarily. No.
No. Here's a question.
Yeah.
That I was watching Game Grumps earlier, and they brought up the question that I struggled with of, do they call, which I know the answer is no to this, but their question was,
Yes.
do they call female X-Men X-Women?
Yeah.
And they don't.
They don't.
They never have. They probably never will. But my question now is,
Unless it's a spin-off title.
should they call female X-Men X-Women? And let's put
Today of all days, huh?
let's put it won't go up on this. Shut up.
All right,
You're dating
yeah.
the episode, Scott.
Sorry.
Let's put Mrs. Feminism
Okay.
aside for a second.
Sure.
I just want to talk about the grammar, and we can go to Mrs. Feminism in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Lord knows I want to. But I want to talk about grammar.
End of thought? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for leaving it there.
But no, because so it's a team. The team is called the X-Men.
Yes.
So I think grammarly speaking, that's not a word.
No.
The correct term, I think, would be a member of the X-Men.
Yes.
Not X-Man, not X-Woman.
Yeah. Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But so X-Man being a thing.
But like it's the same thing as like a sports team.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could be a Yankee.
Mm-hmm.
You're a member of the Yankees, but you're also a Yankee.
And you're also a white person from the colonies.
Correct.
It's a whole meaning. But that's just the Yankees. They're
Right.
all Yankees.
Sure.
And the team name is just their collection.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a what came first, the chicken or the egg scenario there. So did like Professor X call his students X-Men and then say also our team name is the X-Men? and say like, you're an X-Man because you come to this school, you're an X-Man because you come to this school, and also I have this super team of mutants called the X-Men.
No.
Right.
The team is called the X-Men.
Right.
But again, same with the sports thing.
But they're named after the term Yankee. They're not people who are Yankee fans or players of the Yankee are players of the Yankees are the team name didn't that's what I'm saying, chicken or egg thing, because they're called the Yankees based on the term Yankee, so not the other way around.
Right, but like I don't see how that really makes a difference,
because it would be like if Texas was named after Texans. If we just if a term just came and we were like, oh, we're all Texans, and then
how does that apply to the X-Men?
I need an example with men in it.
Yeah.
So like I guess firemen would be a good example. So I don't even know where firemen came from, because that's kind of stupid.
It's probably because they're men who fight fires.
But there is firefighter.
Sure.
Where did man come from?
The fact that they were all men, probably.
But they're not on fire. They're not made of fire.
Okay.
It just doesn't make sense. Seamen.
Okay. We might be taking it a little too far.
Men of the sea.
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. They don't really fight seas or anything. They're just men of the sea. Seamen. It's a shortening. But they're not men of fire. They're not pyromancers. They don't lob fire at people.
I'm still not quite understanding. The way that I see it...
Who's your favorite X-Man that doesn't get used as much? No. X-Woman?
Yes.
Thoughts?
About that whole thing? About, should we call them X-Women?
Chicken or the egg? Take your pick.
Whatever. No, I don't think we necessarily have to.
X-person?
Sure, I don't care. I mean, look, it's
X-dude.
So the thought again is not necessarily about the whole equality issue. It's more just the grammatics of it. And
that's currently,
to which I would say no.
But I'm trying to think of like a real world example where a team has man in it, and then it's went to say like, we are the X-Men, or men specific, like the plural goes to the singular.
Yeah.
Because the team is not called the X-Mans.
Right.
And then you can or the X-Man, and then you can refer to them when there's multiple in a room as the X-Men.
Sure.
They're the X-Men, and then it becomes the singular when there's just one around.
Yeah.
Or referring to one individually, which is where I'm confused.
Oh, the confusion is like,
because normally
if Wolverine would say I'm an X-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's fine, but when it's when you start with a singular version and you go to a plural, that makes sense because you're referring to a group of things. But normally you don't go from a plural to a singular.
So here's my thought process, and it's not gonna track 100%.
Okay.
But like, here's what I'm thinking: the same way that you and I can say we're men, and a woman can say she's a woman, but we're all collectively human.
Human,
which has man in the title, but human applies to all of humanity, all of people.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So I would say it's fine to be like, anyone could say I am a human, and it would fit to that.
I have a solution.
Okay.
So the sound in human, the phonetic spelling would be like an I or an E there.
I guess.
In the men, because it's human, it's not human.
Sure.
Nobody says I'm a human.
Sure, nobody says that.
Fucking weirdo. But it's the same case with X-Man.
Yeah.
But it's flopped. Nobody says X-Men.
Yeah.
We're the X-Men. I think it should be X-Men.
That's the end conclusion of this?
Hello, I am an X-Men.
I am an X-Men. My name is Larry X-Men.
Wolverine is an X-Men. Jean Grey's an X-Men. Cyclops an X-Men. Together they form the X-Men. X-Men. My name is Larry X-Men.
My name is Larry X-Men.
Okay, let's put Mrs. Feminism back on the table.
Okay.
Thoughts?
What specifically is the question?
X-woman.
Okay, what specifically is the question?
Should it?
Oh my god.
What do you mean? It's what we've been talking about.
Frame
this
an
whole time.
actual specific question.
Okay. From a feminist angle,
Yes.
equality angle,
Sure.
should female members of the X-Men be called X-women or an X-woman in the singular or plural sense? Alternatively,
Yes.
should Marvel ever come out with a comic book called The X-Women starring an all-female cast?
They absolutely will.
I say no, but they will.
They will. They
It's called
absolutely will.
A-Force. They already did it, but they
with
brushed
all
it under the
mutants.
rug.
I want to revert back to my human analogy.
Okay.
I think the collective of mutants in the team is still X-Men.
Yeah, that's
there
fine.
are an X-Men.
I'm not arguing that.
The same way, but the same way that human and whatever. So I think that's fine. I think it's fine
But
to
with,
not
with
have
the
it.
human thing, we still call male humans men and
Yes.
female humans women.
Right.
But in the X-Men example, we call male members of the X-Men X-Men. X-Men.
Right,
and
but I
female
would
members
still
X-Men.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But you would still refer to them separately as men and women. But what I'm saying is collectively the X-Men is like the term human, where the plural of human is just humans. But imagine that it was human.
Okay.
Right.
So if there was a superhero team called the Humans,
Yes.
we are the Humans.
And then each member is just
a
the
human.
human, not a Hugh woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of where my mentality is. I see it as its own terminology, not as
Also-
a sexist thing. Yeah.
Alternatively, should we call female humans Hugh womans? Herstory
You know
is
what?
another player here.
Yeah, it sure is.
I think I might need to take Mrs. Feminism off the table.
You think so?
She's driving me down some dark paths.
Oh. Do we have another question?
No.
Oh, we're done?
We didn't answer the question.
All right. Characters that I actually genuinely think aren't used enough.
Yeah.
I love the Stepford Cuckoos, and I want them to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I want them
They're
to be
always
used.
around.
They're around.
Yeah.
And they've been used in some very prominent ways.
I feel like
before, but I want them to be used more because I like them.
they're not pushed a lot. A, because most writers don't know what the hell is going on with them, and B, most people are like, why are there 6 copies of Emma Frost just hanging around?
Are there 6?
I think there's 6.
Oh, last time I checked, there was only 3. They keep dying off.
Let me see. There might just be 3.
They might have had more.
They might just make more. Emma Frost is like, hey, I need someone to do the dishes, but all the Stepford cookies are busy. Could I just make a couple more?
Yeah,
I'm gonna check.
that's what it is. I mean, there was a lot. That was a big part of one of their biggest story arcs.
Yeah.
Was there was a ton.
Traditionally,
of them.
there's 3 though, right?
I believe. Well, yes. Nowadays, there used to be more.
When did it start?
Do what?
Did they? I thought they started as 3.
I believe they started as 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
But then they kept dying off.
The normal the modern status quo is that
the
there's
3?
3.
Yes.
Gotcha. I'm trying to see on the Marvel wiki here. Strolling
Figure it
all the
out.
way. Oops, I scrolled too far.
Yeah.
These 3 look like Sue Storm.
I like them though. They're fun characters. They were briefly appeared in one of the X-Men movies in the background.
Oh yeah. This is not updated, so I
Fair
don't
enough.
know. I think it's just 3
I
though.
think they're going to be on Gifted if they're not already. I'm not caught up with Gifted,
Gifted?
but I do.
I haven't watched any of
I
that.
think I watched 3 episodes. I like it, but I just haven't bothered to keep up with any of the shows.
Yeah. I want to talk about young Jean Grey for a second.
Okay,
Time displaced Jean Grey.
is that still a thing that's happening?
Oh, Scott.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
yeah.
So, quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
I read All New X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. A lot of you are probably like, ugh. I really liked it.
There you go.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a cool idea.
That was the original kind of time displays.
Yeah,
things.
it was this-
I liked that too.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
It used to be on the set. I think it might still be. No, it's gone. It's on the reviews set now. It's a fun time. I really enjoyed it. Breakout people from that were young Jean Grey. That's about it. I feel like the book just caught a lot of flack when Bendis made Iceman gay.
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, not the best way to do that. And a lot of people started hating young Jean Grey at that point because of that.
I do remember that being a thing. I remember criticisms of the time was like people saying like, Marvel shouldn't have made a big deal about it or whatever. But I believe Marvel didn't make a big deal of it. It was all of the outlets who made a big deal of it.
It was because it was a big thing. It was like, oh, Iceman, famous X-Man
Marvel didn't have like an announcement like one of these X-Men is gay. Figure it out on the next issue.
In comic, it was very basically what happened for those that don't know is in one of the all new X-Men issues, it's around the time that they
got their brand new costumes.
Yeah, they just got their brand new costumes. They're teaming up with the Uncanny X-Men, Cyclops' gang of fools.
Mm-hmm.
They're training with them. I think they're about to find Laura, or they already have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. This is all unimportant.
Not super.
But basically, at a certain point, young Jean Grey and young Iceman are talking, and it comes up. She starts waving her arms around.
Yeah,
and she's like, the thing,
'cause you like the penis.
Yeah, and she basically pries the fact that young Iceman is gay out of him.
Yeah.
And she basically makes Iceman come out because he didn't realize that at the time. He hadn't come to terms with the fact that he's gay yet.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, half the people, basically everyone was angry at this because half the people were saying, Iceman shouldn't be gay. He's Iceman. He's not gay. He's a straight, cool dude, and gays should all die.
Yeah.
And then,
he's also never had any significant female love interests, I feel.
Yeah, not really. He's kind of just slept around.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the people were like, what the fuck, Jean Grey? What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Which sort of, that's kind of in Jean Grey's character, though, to be honest. She's always just messed with people's heads.
She's always prying around.
Yeah, without their consent. But that was maybe going a little too far, especially when that's like a thing that you don't want. That's a message you don't want to send for people to do in real life. Be like,
yeah,
you sound gay, you look gay, you're gay.
You're probably
Like,
gay.
stop it. Let the person decide that for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And then be like, I knew it.
But anyway, any gay.
Wow.
Years pass. And young Jean Grey is done with the all-new X-Men. She kind of moves on. I didn't really care about her that much. I made a video about her, about, like... What the hell was the video about? Prison?
Yeah.
Something shit. I don't remember.
Should she be held accountable for her? Yeah,
it was about... Because there's a story arc... Yeah, it was she was on trial for the for the Phoenix's crimes, the original Jean Grey's crimes of her murdering, like, 5 billion people or whatever, killing an entire planet. And she was on trial for that because adult Jean Grey died before she could be tried by the Shi'ar for it. So she was on trial, and I made a video about that. Go watch it; it's fun.
It's a good time.
But it was when Dennis Hopeless, who is one of my favorite writers, he wrote Spider-Woman for a few years, got a hold of a Jean Grey solo book, which came out of fucking left field. I think it was because of the X-Men Apocalypse movie. I think it launched in conjunction with that.
That makes sense.
But it's really good. It is my favorite comic of last year.
Really?
Hands down.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good.
And Dennis Hopeless just, for some reason, he gels a lot with me. Any like solo book he writes, I am totally on board with. Yeah, she got this new costume. She kind of separated herself from the all-new X-Men, and the point of the series was the Phoenix was coming for her, finally. Like, the Phoenix Force is like, hey, I didn't care about you in the past, but now I've decided that, yeah, I care about you. So the Phoenix is coming for her, and she goes just like every issue is sort of self-contained. She's just going to people who have encountered the Phoenix in the past and been like, hey, can you train me to fight the Phoenix, or tell me what you know about it? So you get to see her like fight some underwater big-ass creatures with Namor. You get to see her like psychically train with Emma Frost and learn how to wield her psionics to like make things out of her. She has slightly different powers than adult Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And there's this cool fight where she goes up into a mountain and the Odinson is in a bar and they're fighting a bunch of trolls for some reason, but the Odinson's drunk the whole time, but he's teaching her a lesson the whole way, but she doesn't even realize it till the end of the issue. It's a fun time. But anyway, the reason I wanted to talk about her is because I don't think she got used enough.
Because I don't think Jean Grey has been used enough.
No, that's what I'm saying. Young Jean Grey specifically, and specifically in Dennis Hopeless's incarnation of the character, because she's slightly different. She has a slightly different personality than the Bendis.
She's younger
one.
for one.
Well, sure. I'm saying specifically her previous writer, Bendis. And I wanted more of that. And we're not going to get more of that because, and this is something that I might do an Orms forum on, or may have already done an Orms forum on. I don't know when this is coming out. She has become a forgotten hero, basically, because her book got canceled because adult Jean Grey's back. And she's not dead. Everyone thought she was dead because in issue 11, spoilers, in issue 11 of her series, she got incinerated by the Phoenix when they were trying to fight her. And then there was an interlude with Phoenix Resurrection happening.
Right.
Adult Jean Grey came back, and then issue 12 came out, which showed her fate, young Jean Grey's fate. And basically she's fine. She didn't actually die, which I didn't expect her to die. She came back. She was in the white hot room. She came back. And she is in her room, and she didn't know any of the adult Jean Grey stuff that comes on, and the book ends with adult Jean Grey opening the door and being like, hey, we should probably talk. And we're never going to get a resolution.
Never have. No.
Nope. I don't think she's been in a book since. Adult Jean Grey is pretty much only in X-Men Red, and young Jean Grey is not in X-Men Red so far. At the time of this recording, only 2 issues of that have come out. That's great, by the way. That book's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of sad at that. She's gone the way of young Loki or kid Loki.
Yeah.
Or Rescue. Just characters that
She's kind of gone.
are really good and get shoved away for some other status quo. That really is what it is.
Yeah.
It's characters that challenge a more popular status quo and then get shoved into a cabinet because the status quo character is back. So it's as if it's like if Miles didn't stick around, basically. If Miles, I don't know how Miles stood the test of time, but he's still here. Miss Marvel's still around. Riri's probably going to be shoved into a corner in a few months.
Yeah, probably, huh?
She'll be gone. Because Bendis is leaving. Bendis is the only one that gives a shit about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I do love Kamala, though.
I
Gotta
want more
keep
young
her.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I want that.
There you go.
Give me that. We're not going to
More
get
of
it, but I
that.
want that.
That's the answer to the question.
Yep. We can be done now.
Okay. How long have we been going for?
Hour and 3.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I told my good story about young Jean Grey and how I love her.
You sure did.
There's a cat right in front of me right now.
Right there.
She's protecting
Just
me.
kind of gelling there.
Hi, kitty. Look to your left, everybody.
She's right ahead, so.
Well, they're over there.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
Oh.
Idiot.
Well, all right
They're in the
then.
mirror world.
Okay.
Cool. Well, this has been the Online Poopcast,
Sure has.
starring Dylan and his good friend Wanda.
I'm also here sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's fine. Wanda's mic was broken the whole time, so I was kind of keeping up the pace.
That's
of
good.
things,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Twitter?
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at TheOnPod.
Theo and Pod.
And ask us questions or things you want advice on, what have you, using the hashtag AskTheo.
Do
It's
it.
a
You can
good
also
time.
do it in the YouTube comments, which I forgot to check. So I will do that next episode.
There you go. You can follow me specifically on Twitter at Scott Nicewonder. If you want videos about comic books and superheroes that teach you about the real world. What noise was that?
I said no because I thought a video was about to play on my phone, but
gotcha.
I stopped it in time.
Yeah, if you like videos about comic books and superheroes that teach you about real life stuff, come check me out. I promise it's not as depressing as I made it sound just now. It's really interesting, I hope. Yeah, at NerdSync. I don't know if I said that. Just look for NerdSync, NERDSYNC. It's a good time.
This is my cat.
Dylan, you're up.
Follow me. Did she meow?
No, that was my glasses.
Okay, I was like, Oh, it is your glasses. You should fix those. You should put some WD-40 on.
Yeah, they just started doing that.
Hey, this YouTube channel is where you catch all the online podcasts. People are asking when these get uploaded. Can you not notice a pattern? Idiots.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb, stupid, big idiots.
We upload for 3 months, then we take a break for 8. What is wrong with you?
Whoa, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, duh. Consistently.
Nice. We're doing it good.
Yeah, we're doing it so good. I'm glad we have a thing on a Google Calendar now.
That's right,
Does that work
we
for you, by
do.
the way? Can you see it?
I can see it. I can't edit it or do anything with it.
That's fine.
But that's,
You don't need
I
to
guess,
edit it.
yeah,
It's just
that's,
there.
well, the only reason I would want to edit it is when we decide on a time that
so you can
day,
slot it
so
in.
that I can slot it in.
I will try and give you permission to do that. I don't know how.
I don't think Google lets you do that.
Fair enough.
I've been exploring lots of Google Calendar recently, and it's so weird the amount of things it won't let you do. Like, for example, when you sent me that invite, I can't even change what calendar that appears on. It just goes to whatever my default is.
Weird.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
All right.
But
Well,
anyway,
if you
consistency.
want some cool Google Calendar facts, you can follow me on Twitter at Orem Alexander. It's on the screen. You see it. We're also... I say we. I've just been thinking about it. I haven't even brought it up to you.
Oh,
We might be exploring some simple video options in the future.
neato.
Simple for us, not simple for you. It'll be probably hell for you, but
Yeah.
you know what? That's fine because you're the listener. You big piece of
Soon
shit.
to be watcher.
Potentially.
Mm.
Anyway, that's the way the cat sits in front of the audio recorder. So I gotta reach around and stop it. Bye.
Gotta reach around the cat.
Hot.
For any of our viewers who have access to internet, we invite your comments.